Hi, this is David Guest. Welcome to the 14-Day Action Challenge, challenging you to take back control of your time and your business. Today is about recognizing the difference between doing things that keep us busy versus doing things that are productive. The challenge for many business people is that they take on more and more tasks only to find themselves running out of time to do the things that are really important to their business growth. There's a story about John, who would sit down on a Friday night with his wife for a lamb roast dinner. One night he was sitting there and curiosity got the better of him. He asked his wife, "Why is it that every time you prepare the lamb roast you cut the ends off?" After a short pause, she said, "Oh, my mother used to always cook the roast that way." So the next time they went to his mother-in-law's for dinner, he decided to ask the same question. And his mother-in-law said, "That's the way my mother used to cook the lamb roast." So you can imagine John started to get really curious about the history of this cutting the ends off the lamb roast, because there didn't appear to be any logical reason for it. The following week they visited the wife's grandmother and he asked the same question. He said, "I'm perplexed. Not only does my wife cut the ends off the lamb roast, but her mother cuts the ends off the lamb roast as well. Why is this?" Well, the grandmother burst out into fits of laughter and said, "The only reason I cut the ends off the roast is because I didn't have a pot big enough." In business, we often find ourselves doing things simply because that's the way it's always been done. And when it comes to time management, often there is a better, more effective, and more efficient way of achieving the same outcome. To find better ways of getting the results we really want, sometimes you need to look at what we're actually doing. A time audit will reveal the truth about where you spend your time, and if you're really honest with yourself, identify what are the truly valuable tasks that you're doing and the tasks that you're doing simply because that's the way you've always done it. So how do you go about conducting a time audit? Well, the process is to identify what you're doing on a daily basis every 15 minutes and write it down. And once you've done that for a full day, you can analyze the activities and you can categorize them. Now, there are 4 categories that determine the priority of a task. Number 1, a task can be not urgent, not important. These are sometimes known as distractions. An example of a distraction would be jumping on the computer and looking at a YouTube video and then seeing another video, and what started off as a 1-minute task ends up being a 20-minute task. To get the highest productivity out of your day, you need to identify what these distractions are and eliminate them where you can. Number 2, a task can be urgent but not important. These sorts of tasks are known as delusions. They often present themselves as interruptions to your day. And that could be someone knocking on your door and asking, "Do you have a minute?" Or it could be a phone call coming in where you don't know who the call's from and you pick up the call because it's urgent, but it may or may not be important and you won't know until you answer the phone. The problem with these tasks is they can keep you feeling busy all day long, but not contributing to your business or to your objectives at all. Number 3, a task can be both urgent and important. These tasks are the ones that take demand of your time and can include things like meetings with clients or prospects, delivery of your product, or delivery of your service. Now, the good news is if you're doing a lot of this, you're probably pretty productive. The bad news is that you're working in your business, not on your business. And these sorts of activities can burn you out. Number 4, a task can be important but not urgent. These are the tasks you ideally want to be focused on because when you're in the zone, doing things that are important but not urgent, you're able to effectively allocate time to planning, marketing, sales, and overall growth of your business. The Pareto Principle was named after the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto, who observed in 1906 that 80% of the land in Italy was owned by 20% of the population. This has been translated into what has become known as the 80-20 rule, which suggests that 80% of your business results come from 20% of your activities. On the other side of the token, 80% of your headaches will come from 20% of your business as well. To apply the Pareto Principle to time management, you'll want to identify the top 20% of the activities that are contributing to 80% of your business results in terms of profit and productivity. And when you do this, you'll really be able to understand the activities that are making the best use of your time. So let's recap. Number 1, a task can be not urgent, not important. Number 2, a task can be urgent but not important. Number 3, a task can be both important and urgent. Number 4, a task can be important but not urgent. Start right now. Print off the time audit worksheet and fill in your activities every 15 minutes. Don't wait till the end of the day. Your time is your most precious commodity, so you have to use it wisely every minute. And remember, right now you have everything you need to succeed, and it's the actions you take today that create the wealth and freedom you enjoy tomorrow.